Hey everyone, are you ready to make your writing way stronger and so much clearer? Well, today we are going to dive into one of the biggest skills any writer can have, totally mastering verb tenses.
So, this right here, this is our big idea for today. Think about it. When you're telling a story, you're telling it at a specific time, right? It's either in the past, right now, in the present, or it's going to happen in the future. Keeping that time consistent is the secret sauce that makes your writing flow and keeps your reader right there in the action with you. It's all about making things super clear.
So, how do we actually do this? How do we become masters of time in our own writing? Don't worry, I'm going to give you a super simple 3-step toolkit. Seriously, think of it as your new writer's superpower for catching and fixing any verb tense mistake. And you know what? It really is this easy. First, you spot the verb that just feels out of place. Second, you fix it so it matches the time of the rest of the story. And third, you explain why your change makes the whole sentence better. That's it. Spot, fix, explain. Let's see how it works. All right, now it's my turn. For this first part, I just want you to watch and listen. I'm going to use our new 3-step toolkit to clean up a sentence. This is the I do round, so just follow along. Let's read this one out loud. Every morning, Jordan packs his backpack before school. He checks his homework folder, zips his bag, and grabbed his lunch from the counter. Does anything sound a little off to you? It feels like we jumped in a time machine for just one word. Okay, step 1, spot the shift. Let's look at those action words, the verbs. We've got packs, checks, and zips. All of those are happening right now. That's present tense. But then, bam, we hit grabbed. That ed on the end is a huge clue that it's in the past. Bingo, we found our shift. So we know we have to fix grabbed. And to do that, we have to make it match the other verbs, right? It needs to match packs, checks, and zips. All of those are happening in the present. So what's the present tense version of grabbed we should use? Yes, we just replace grabbed with grabs. Now listen to how much smoother this sounds. Zips his bag and grabs his lunch. It just flows. So that's our fix. And for step 3, we explain it. It's better because the whole story is happening in the present tense, and using grabs keeps that time consistent. Spot, fix, explain. Boom. Done.
See? Not so bad, right? Okay, now let's try the next couple together. I'll read the sentence and we'll use our toolkit as a team. This is the we do round. Let's go.
Okay, here's our first one. Last Friday, our class visited the Science Museum. We walked through the dinosaur exhibit and looked at fossils from millions of years ago. All right, team, let's spot the shift together. Which one of those verbs feels like it's from a totally different time? Did you spot it? The sentence gives us a giant clue right at the start. Last Friday. That tells us this whole thing already happened. It's in the past. We have visited and walked, which are past tense, but then we see look. That's present tense. So to fix it, we need the past tense version, which is looked.
That's it. We fixed it. By changing look to looked, we've made sure all our verbs match the past tense timeline that last Friday set up for us. Now the story is perfectly straight. Awesome job. Let's try one more together.
Okay, next up. Tomorrow, Lena will bring her cleats to soccer practice. She will stretch before drills and ran 2 laps around the field. What's our big time clue in this sentence? Can you spot it? That's right. The clue is tomorrow. So this whole thing is going to happen in the future. We see will bring and will stretch. Those are future tense. But then we slam into ran, which happened in the past. That's our shift. So which one of these options keeps us in the future? You got it. Will run is the one. Now the whole sentence is perfectly set in the future. She will stretch before drills and will run 2 laps. By keeping those verbs consistent, the plan for tomorrow is crystal clear. We are getting so good at this. Okay, I think you're ready, for sure. You've seen me do it, we've done it together, and now it is your turn to shine. You are going to use the 3-step toolkit all on your own for this next one. You can totally do this. All right, here is your challenge. Marcus searched under his desk for his pencil. He checked inside his folder and looks behind his chair. Just take a second, read it carefully, and really think about the timeline of the story. All right, it's all you. Your turn to spot the shift and find the right fix. Which word should replace looks? Go ahead and pause right here, think it through, and pick your answer. We'll be waiting when you come back. And we're back. So, did you figure it out? The verbs searched and checked tell us this whole story happened in the past, but the verb looks is in the present, so that's our shift. The correct fix is looked. If you got that right, give yourself a pat on the back. Fantastic job. You totally nailed the toolkit. And just like that, you are officially a tense master. You now know how to keep the time straight in your writing, and that is a skill that's going to make every single thing you write from now on so much clearer and more awesome. So don't forget your new superpower toolkit. You always spot the verb that's out of sync with the rest. Then you fix it so the time stays consistent, and you're always ready to explain why your change makes the writing clearer. Spot, fix, and explain. So the only thing left to do now is to go use your new power. And my question for you is this: what story are you going to write today? It doesn't matter if it's about the past, the present, or the future. You now have the skills to tell it with perfect, crystal clear time. Happy writing!